Hey everyone, my name is Rishabh and you are watching Everyone's Story. So yesterday, Pokemon Journey spin-off series titled as Aim to Become Pokemon Master episode 1 was released, and this 11 episode series highly foreseen as the beginning of the end of Ash and Pikachu's journey. Anyway, in its first episode, it featured a Latias and some of Ash's past Pokemon like Sceptile, Donphan, Noivern and Bizzle. The episode begins with Ash and Pikachu trying to choose a direction for them to go, and they both keep playing pranks on each other over and over and laughing at each other. Man, this was really a perfect scene to start this series. And then when they choose a direction, the opening theme plays, and it's a new version of the very first opening theme from 1997. But this time the voice actress of Ash is singing this song, and also the opening let us showcase of scene of Ash's journey over the past 25 years. Man, it was really so amazing and nostalgic. There were scenes from the beginning of their journey, then some scenes of all of Ash's old Pokemon and friends, then even scenes of Ash Greninja and Ash vs Paul and Ash vs Leon match. It was damn nostalgic opening. Plus a news that maybe every week some new scenes are going to add to this opening, so don't skip the opening. Now then, Ash and Pikachu continue traveling, encountering various different Pokemon from all different regions. Ash is then attacked by some wild Magitraps which were hilarious. Even before helping Ash, Pikachu gave it a laugh to full. After that, they were swinging through some vines in the forest, and by mistake they knocked a Totoon from the tree, which fell in Ash's hand and immediately began evolving into Beedrill. Ash that quite terrified that again he is going to be chased like always, but nope. Beedrill lifts its finally sign and leaves, which was in a way a very amazing thing. After 25 years, Ash managed to be friends with Henry Beedrill, very good step towards becoming a Pokemon Master, I guess. Meanwhile, Ash's mom and Mr. Mime are cleaning their house in Parrot Town, and then Professor Oak shows up and asks where Ash is. Ash's mom tells him that Ash is on a new journey with his friends, and then obviously Oak recites a poem over it. Since we have seen this type of scene before in the original series, so I really love they added this type of little throwback scene. Anyway, later and Team Rocket kidnap Pikachu and recite their motto before they got blast off again by Ash Pokemons like Noivern, Donphan, Sceptile and then Pikachu Thunderbolt. It was really so nice. We got to see this past Pokemon in action in this series. It was full of nostalgia. Then as Team Rotten was blasting off, they got hit by invisible Latias, and Latias got injured in the mid-air and fall in the water. As hearing the impact of fall and head towards the direction with his Pokemon. Without getting injured, Latias become visible, so Ash swiftly react, and with the help of his Bizzle, gets Latias out of the water. Since before this episode aired, various people were hinting that it's the same Latias whom we saw in the movie Fifth, but maybe not. Thus at first when Latias saw Ash, it became frightened. Anyway, then Ash sees Latias badly injured, so Ash and Pikachu take out some medical supply from his bed and applies on Latias' injury, and then Ash spent the whole day and night taking care of Latias. To be honest, brought to be proud that Ash now learned to apply first aid properly. Now in morning when Latias wake up, he saw Ash and his Pokemon and got frightened again. So Ash was trying to calm it down that everything is fine, but Team Rocket jumped in with a huge suction device, sucking Latias and Ash within it. And then Team Rocket flew away with Latias and Ash inside their device. In the case in which they got trapped, have icy air supply to damage Latias, but our boy Ash Tatum is not going to let it happen. He tries to comfort Latias and promise Latias that there is no need to worry. They will break free, and the two of them being freezing solid Ash begin whispering to Pikachu from distance, and we saw awesome bound of Ash and Pikachu that Pikachu understands what Ash have in mind. So Pikachu quickly attacked with Thunderbolt on the tail, which shot Ash and the tail explode. Thus Ash and Latias began falling from the sky, but Ash tried to reach to Latias to save her, and then Noivern launched up to the sky to try to catch them. But he was too late. Without Latias made eye contact with Ash and finally started trusting him, and they both fly above and thumbs down safely. Meanwhile, Noivern blasts Team Rocket off again, and then after Ash and Latias come down, Latias turned itself invisible again and flew away. So basically in this episode, Ash didn't tell Latias. However, in the end we saw Latias was maybe thinking to follow Ash, so we had seen various times before that the Pokemon who follow Ash end up catching them. So it's very interesting. Let's see what's going to happen next. Overall, it was a fantastic episode and I will give it 9 out of 10. And now in the next episode, which is going to release on 20th January Friday, we are going to see Misty return and have a friendly match with Ash. And a sparse Pokemon like Totodile, Torfish and Rowlet are going to be shown in this episode. Plus, Team Rocket's search for the 9 Pokemon is going to continue in this episode, where next week they will encounter legendary Pokemon Troodon. So stay tuned and subscribe my channel, because I will review all episodes of this series. Except that you can follow me on Instagram. Out there from tomorrow I will start my daily anime content, in which I will upload, edit or clips of various anime like Pokemon, Naruto, Attack on Titan, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Demon Slayer and various other anime in the form of reels and posts. And even in my YT now you will find other anime content too, especially in the form of YT Shorts. And at last, I dare you all know about my Twitter handle. If you not, then follow me there too. That's all, I am off. Thanks for watching.